Doing? It's Kirsten Liebelt. Good to see you guys. It's Tuesday. Woohoo! Listen, more importantly, okay, y'all want to think it's tax day. OMG. No. It's the launch of the deal day. In my world, it's the launching of the deal day. So I'm going to do like housekeeping immediately so that you all get this, and then you can go on your merry way and do whatever you're doing. Today, they are doing a promo of 20% off of orders of $200 or more. And I'm telling you, they've only done this one time before, and it was a huge hit. So this is not something that just comes around whenever you're in the mood for it. So I highly recommend people take advantage of it. But this is the deal, you guys. It's even better than that. It's way even better than that. So I know that I haven't explained this to you guys before, but it is, I mean, maybe I have, I don't know, but not on the front end of a live for sure. And I'm only doing that today because of the deal that's going on. I want to make sure you don't miss out. You can also purchase 150 or more 3 months in a row and earn $75 off of that third month order. So right now you can double dip. You can start your 3-month launch of that at the same time that you're getting 20% off of over 200. Please ask me questions. If you have any questions, I would be more than happy to let you know. And I don't know if you know this, but I jump on the phone and I do phone consults with people and I help people decide what they actually need and what they don't need. Like I did this yesterday for somebody and I'm like, let's just pluck this one out of the trio for you. And then let's add the gut primer. And then like, we can customize, right? Like you should never feel like you do not have an advocate for what's going on in your world. That I'm just saying. So if you have no idea who I am, my name is Kirsten Liebelt, and I was raised by a type 2 Italian dad. I'm Italian, half Italian. My dad was 100%. My mom was 100% Swedish. So my dad used to call us, he would introduce us to people like, you know, here are my kids. He'd say, these are my little swagos. Of course, I had zero concept that being called a dago, I don't even know what that means. Like, I should probably look that up. I have no idea that was a derogatory term towards Italians. Like, I had no idea. I always thought it was just funny because that's all I knew, right? Any hoodle. So I was raised with a lot of obesity and type 2 around me. Like this was my entire life. Right around the time that I was born is when my dad was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So fast forward all of those years after his body just was tanking, and he needed a kidney transplant. I was a match, but the University of Minnesota said, not so fast, little missy, because your dad started his diabetes so young at 35-ish. You are not able to, we do not consider you a candidate because type 2 is genetic. Which, of course, now I'm not a doctor, but I wholeheartedly disagree. I know that there are genetic, whatever. There are genetic, I'm trying to think of a word. Hold on. Positions is not my word, but you know what I'm saying? Like predispositions towards something. I get that. But this is not a genetic, no matter what you're going to get. No. If that were true, then people wouldn't be turning it around. If that were true, I wouldn't have somebody who has been a customer of mine now since last year and they put not diabetic in her chart. Like that wouldn't happen if that were true. So anyway, good morning, Claudette. Good to see you. Sunny Florida. We're getting some of your sun today. It makes me so happy. I said to my husband yesterday, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be driven by, we have to work hard, right? To be intentional, to be emotionally stable all the time. I said, I hate that cloudy feeling making you feel something inside. We had just gone to Vegas for a couple of days for his job. And I just went with because, well, I can, because I was just working off on my phone. And so I could be in the sun for a minute while I was doing that. But the point being that, you get all of that vitamin D and then you come back, I'm in Minnesota, to an environment where it's maybe cloudy and cold. And you're like, Nike, dang it. I want the sun back again. So today we have the sun. It's still a little chilly, but anyway. So jump on in. Today what I want to talk about is yesterday we went into talking about the lymphatic system. And I talked to you about how we oftentimes are not getting the axe to the root of the tree in order to get the results that we're looking for. And it's very, very frustrating. Now, my very basic, simple, streamlined story is that I had been insulin resistant like probably since I was 2. I'm not sure. Okay, not true. But when I was 22 and I had a baby, I was gestational diabetic. So hello, welcome insulin resistance. But I didn't do anything about it until I was like 50 for real. Like this should give everybody hope. And the reason why is because you can be insulin resistant for years and decades before you ever see it show up in your sugars. It's just that the system is broken. So if you think that the system is broken, you're in the right place because they're not pulling fasting insulin tests. Nobody pulled a fasting insulin, or if they did, they didn't tell me about it in my 20s. Well, I guess I didn't need one in the sense that I was gestational diabetic. With my first baby, I was hypoglycemic with my second. But all of those years later, when I finally did something about it, my very base, simple understanding was to just, I was not a supplementer. I was not a granola person, like at all. I was eating everything white and doing everything wrong, like poster child sugar addiction. But I didn't think I could trade out my food, so I started with basic supplementation, targeted supplementation. That's what I talk to you guys about all the time. The trio, the 3 supplements that have the 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. That's where I started. That was the beginning of me losing 3 sizes in my 50s. I eventually traded out my food ingredients. I went on my own little mental journey, me and Jesus, to deal with my food because being Italian, there's a lot of emotional and situational and traditional like connections to food, right? Celebration and mourning, and you get the picture. So that was the beginning of my whole journey. And I did it just me by myself. So I never really understood the lymphatic system, what we were talking about yesterday. And remember, we were talking about different things that you can do, like to get your lymph system moving, like dry brushing, etc. And then, moving into today where I want to talk about, like, let's take the lymphatic system, which is your basically kind of like your waste system, your drainage system, and let's get it down to your liver today, which is like your filter. So you've got your whole, engine system of underneath the hood of your car. Let's go down to the actual filter where they're telling you, I can't believe you didn't change your filter for 100,000 miles. What were you thinking was going to happen? Let's get down to that piece of the puzzle, because I just feel like in my conversation with you guys, I just had another phone consult yesterday talking about that customization, because she needs to deal with her gut liver before she moves forward to another step. And I feel like this is becoming a common conversation, because you're noticing that no matter what you do, you think you're eating clean, whatever, and it's not working. And you're just putting Band-Aids on things, and you're not taking the axe and hitting the root of the tree. So let's get to the very root today, and let's talk about the liver, the connection with insulin resistance, so that you can better understand. I am so convinced, you guys, that if you understand why your body is doing what it's doing or not doing what you want it to do, the action that you take will stick. It'll be sticky to you. Because you'll be like, oh, I understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm not just throwing spaghetti at a wall, trying a new system going, yeah, well, we'll see if this one works. I've tried 12. I've spent thousands of dollars. Like, this is ridiculous. Does that make sense? So maybe you're super puffy, you're bloated, and you can't budge 1 pound, and you're like, doggone it. I am so sick and tired of this journey. My body used to function. Now it feels like it's not functioning, and I'm exhausted mentally, physically, etc. Right? So thank you guys for jumping in, and Cheryl, thank you for tapping the screen. I so appreciate it on TikTok. Really, really, really appreciate it. So if you know of anybody that needs this information, share it with them. Like the content, subscribe to YouTube, do whatever in order to like boost the information so we can get it out to more people. And I wish that I would have had this understanding, like kind of like what I wish I would have known, because I could have sped up my own process, because I could have had more clear understanding and moved faster and like gotten different results earlier. Now, I'm not sad. Don't feel bad for me. It took me 10 years, right? To not quite, but I mean, I started 50 and now I'm 60. And so my journey was my journey, and I'm convinced that it was so that I could come and talk to you guys, so that I could come and share from experience what it was like. And now I understand the mental struggle. I understand the emotional connection. I understand so many pieces that I now can help you with on the back end. Like I always tell you guys, when you guys get connected to me and you're like one of my customers, like you get me in your back pocket, because then I can actually converse with you and talk to you about like maybe a struggle that you're having over a holiday, or something that is, maybe just you're having a hard time overcoming something. So I get to help you with that. Hello, Joy. Good to see you. Good morning. It's a joyful morning for sure, because it's sunny out in Minnesota. So let's dive into the content so that you can understand. So your lymphatic system is like the city garbage trucks, okay? So this is what we talked about yesterday. It picks up white waste, hormones, bacteria, toxins, but it doesn't process or eliminate the waste. Okay, so that's your lymphatic system. Now we're getting down to the liver today. Your liver is the recycling and waste process plant. I love this analogy. It filters what your lymph brings in. Okay, that's what's happening. It breaks down excess, listen, hormones, estrogen, insulin, chemicals, and old hormones. This is why you want your liver functioning, okay? Then it sends out through bile into your poop or your urine, okay? Now, when you don't have a gallbladder, many of you do not have a gallbladder, and you're wondering, well, then is this information for me? More so. Well, like, should I be, thinking about the gut primer? More so, because you want your life to get back on track. It's just like somebody that's on here that already knows, a customer that has short gut syndrome. So when you have when you have things that are different, like no gallbladder or short gut syndrome or whatever, like she was running to the bathroom like 15 times a day. I don't know if she was exaggerating when she told me that, but, and if you know what I mean, right? Running to the bathroom. Not fun, right? And that had been happening for a really long time. And so now your life is like, oh, do I even try something else? Like, I don't want this to get worse. But then it changes your life and it gets better, right? Because you can actually support your liver on a level you probably never knew you could, okay? So it's filtering what your lymph brings in. It's breaking down the excess estrogen, insulin, chemicals, and old hormones, and then it's sending it out through the bile into your poop or your urine, okay? This is what's happening. If your liver is sluggish, the whole system backs up. Like this is the crimp in the hourglass for your progress and process. So what does that mean for you? Well, you feel puffy. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so puffy. You feel inflamed. You're just so tired. You're like sluggish. This literally is the perfect analogy of a vehicle not changing your oil for 100,000 miles. 100,000 miles, and you go into your mechanic and you're like, I have no idea why this very, very good looking vehicle could possibly be so sluggish and not have any energy or functioning properly. And they're like, lady, your filter is really bad. Okay. Your hormones are recirculating. This is not good. You want them to go. And then your detox stops at the worst possible point, which is the halfway mark. Okay. Hold on. I want to see so a true detox happens in 2 phases, and most people only support phase 1. So your body breaks down toxins, hormones, and drugs and chemicals. But once they're taken out of storage, if you are constipated, you're not detoxing. If your impacted waste is not moving, you're only doing phase 1 of any kind of a detox. So sometimes people get to the headache phase, they get to the they start getting a headache, they start feeling super tired and sluggish because you're starting the detox process, but then you're constipated and you're not moving it through your system. So this is actually one of the biggest issues that probably a lot of people have. And then you kind of stop, right? But this is how this is working. So your liver is your body's metabolic CEO, okay? It gets energy from your glucose, it stores your fat, and it tells your body to burn fat. So if that's all you ever knew is that it's your fat metabolizing organ, you would love your liver on a different level. Because I'm telling you, all of these Band-Aids, just add more fiber to your diet. Trying to think of what the Band-Aids would be. Doing super intense liver cleanses that maybe, I'm trying to think because I actually don't really know of a name of one that somebody has done. Yesterday, somebody asked me about coffee, and I have not researched, I have heard that like coffee enemas can actually go up into the liver and help to detox. If that is true, wouldn't that be nice to know, right? We need to know these things. But maybe we're just trying to do very simple things, and it's not enough to actually take care of what we're wanting, okay? But you need your toxins to get escorted like out so that you can actually move that impacted waste. So your liver literally decides whether you burn fat or you store it. So it has to choose between detoxing you or burning fat. Which one is it choosing for you today? I'm just curious. But it can't do both at the same time. So if you are loading up on processed foods, fake ingredients, sugar, chemicals, it stops burning fat so it can focus on emergency cleanup. That's like putting out fires in a building instead of running the business. Does that make sense, you guys? So it cannot detox and burn fat at the exact same time. This is so frustrating, you guys. You know what I'm talking about. You know the hamster wheel, don't you? I know the hamster wheel. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It's like, oh, but I felt so good in that outfit. I thought I looked better than I did. Then they took pictures, doggone it. Or you're just like, oh, why am I still so bloated all the time? Like I wake up in the morning and before I even eat, the bloating starts. Liver. Like, let's get this whole area dealt with, right? Okay. Hold on. So the liver's a detox machine, but it needs specific tools. Here's the secret. Detox isn't about juice cleanses. It's about giving your liver the raw materials that it needs. All right. So sulfur compounds from like garlic, eggs, broccoli, bitter foods like arugula. I actually love arugula. Why can't I say that today? That is so funny. Arugula. That is hilarious. I actually really love arugula. Dandelion, lemon, choline from eggs and liver. Yes, eating liver helps your liver. I should say, if anybody's here in Minnesota, you're local to me, and you would like some beef liver, I have some in my freezer because we get cows and then I don't eat the liver. I know I should, but I just haven't gotten creative enough yet. I know. Clean water and rest. So like I have a water filtration right behind me. I don't ever not have a water filtration. And just FYI, that's 20% off too. But I'm just saying, like, you need to filter your water and stop drinking out of plastic water bottles. Anyway, clean water and rest. Without these tools, your liver can't take out the trash. So the trash, which are your toxins, they get dumped into your fat cells instead. Dang, you guys, this is like the base conversation of everything. Why are you having a hard time burning fat? Well, number one, your insulin is probably high and you can't burn fat if your insulin is high. And number two, your liver is tired and toxic. You cannot burn fat if your liver is tired and toxic. And it gets that way from dieting and over-the-counter meds and the foods that we eat and prescription meds and all of these combinations of things that we do all the time. Think about even like the obesogens. You guys know what obesogens are? When you're putting like just think about what we're doing to our 13-year-old, daughters or granddaughters, putting like, Bath and Body Works all over them. Like, your liver is going to have to deal with everything you're doing. Okay. So the liver affects your skin, your sleep, your mood, your hormones. Insulin is a hormone, estrogen levels. Hello, PMS, weight gain, sleep, especially if you're waking up between 2 and 3 a.m. That's classic liver time to wake up between 2 and 3 a.m. Your acne and your skin issues, toxins backing up into your skin. I used to have eczema all over my arms. Just telling you, this is a liver conversation. Brain fog. Anybody? Brain fog? Mood swings? Do you have mood swings? Just blame it on your liver. I'm so sorry. My liver's having a bad day. I didn't mean to be so moody. Okay. That's funny. This is a chain reaction that no one connects, but it all starts with the liver traffic jams. Okay. Is everybody tracking with me? This is literally like we could talk about the liver only. I'm just telling you. It's like get to the root of what's going on so you can actually get better results. Okay. So what can you do? Well, there's a lot of things, but I mean, I'm just going to give you a few of them and then you can decide kind of how you want to do that. Good morning, Patty. You got on so late, so you probably watched the replay. No problem, Patty. No problem. And whatever. I already responded to your email. I'm just thinking, I saw your name. So I'm thinking, okay. Yep. I responded to her email about the deal today. You guys, it's 20% off 200 or more today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Okay. So it says that you can start meals with something bitter like lemon water or greens. Okay. So this is the thought process, right? Lemon water. Now I'm always kind of careful. Now I don't mean to be like, I'm not a perfect ingredient person. I'm not. And I know I'm not. I don't ask if the restaurant's using seed oils. I know the fruit they're feeding me, it's not organic. I mean, I'm not perfect organic everything. I'd love to be, but I'm just not. But I do have little quirks. Do you have quirks? So one of my quirks is when I go to a restaurant, I never ask them for a lemon for my water. First of all, the water is not worthy of it. But second of all, that's not the point. Because they're probably not buying organic lemons, which means that lemon peel that's going, it's the way my brain thinks. So just no judging. Okay. No judging. The peel of the lemon has probably been so sprayed. So if you do get lemon, just a little tip, squeeze it into your water. Don't put the whole half in there. That's my tip. Okay. I'm off of that. Skip late night eating. The liver works best when you are resting. This is a tough one for some people, including myself. So I go in cycles of not eating late night to last night. Did I eat last night? I did. What did I do last night? No, I didn't. I don't remember. But every now and then I'm like snacking late at night and it's like, oh. And I do know better. I do know that my body needs to rest and that my liver needs to do its job. But, we're not all perfect. That's okay. Ditching processed foods and refined oils. You guys, this is probably one of the best things that you could do, and you can do it right now. You can ditch your processed foods. You can ditch, seed oils as much as humanly possible. You can just become a label reader, okay? And you can reduce like 80% of all of it right now. And it's not as hard as you think it is. I thought this was going to be the hardest thing that I ever did, but it's not. I promise you, you really can make great strides. And don't forget, we have our Facebook group. Good morning. Good to see you. We have our Facebook group called Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And that's where you can jump in and do the challenge that we do every single month and learn a new recipe, get that into your repertoire, etc. Okay. You can use milk thistle, NAC, and dandelion if you're adding support. So one of the trio supplementations is for your liver. Okay. So if you're already on the trio are the 3 supplements that have the 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. One of them is for your liver. So you're already on the right track. Like feel good about that decision. Okay. This is where I started a little over 10 years ago. Okay. Insulin sensitivity. That's what these 3 are doing. It's called the trio. You can always ask me about that. And then practice deep breathing and get this. They recommend forgiveness. What do y'all think about that? Huh? Isn't that interesting? I've known for quite some time, and I'm sure that we're just behind. Hey, Cheryl, yay, Facebook group. Right? I know. I love our Facebook group. You guys are like at almost 6,000. I mean, we're about 5.6 women in there. It's amazing. I've always known that there are things like that are so Eastern medicine would connect, right? And we're learning more and more about that, where they connect what's going on in your emotions, etc. Thank you for all of the likes, you guys, on TikTok. I so appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where they connect your emotional well-being to different organs in your body, right? Okay, so in this particular piece of information, they're saying forgiveness and liver. Forgiveness and liver. You got to admit, that's super interesting, right? I would not overlook that. I would not overlook that. I've often wondered why my mother ended up with renal cancer. She lost a kidney. It's not what she died from. She went on for another 20 years. But it was actually the impetus for her issues of type 3 diabetes, dementia, because they told her to be scared of protein. Anyway, and I've always wondered what the connection was. My sister and I have actually talked about it. So forgiveness and liver. This is very interesting. So you might be asking things like this. Here's a couple of scenarios just to get you on track to whether or not you want to be paying attention to detoxing your liver at a higher level. And then I'll give you a couple of answers as to how I would help you deal with it. Or you can always get on a phone consult with me too, and I'll make recommendations. Why am I waking up every night between 2 and 3 a.m.? You're exhausted, but you keep popping awake in the middle of the night. You blame stress or hormones, but your liver's actually on night shift. So liver detox begins between 1 and 3 a.m. What? If it's overburdened, you'll wake up hot, anxious, or wired. The fallout is that you have poor sleep, cortisol imbalance, brain fog, and zero morning energy. Scenario number 2. I eat clean, but I'm still bloated and puffy. You've cut out junk, but your belly still looks like it's 4 months pregnant by 3 p.m. every day. Is that you? A sluggish liver can't keep bile flowing, and poor bile equals bloating, poor fat digestion, and constipation. The fallout is that you're frustrated, you have food fear, because you're trying to figure out, who is it? Did I eat that wrong? Did I eat that wrong? Ooh. So you have food fear and a cycle of cutting more and more without results. How about this? Why do I gain weight only in my belly and my upper back? Okay, you guys, this is super interesting. You've never had this shape before, but now you've got a thick waist, a bra bulge. Well, the liver regulates fat distribution. When it's overworked, estrogen builds up, leading to central fat storage. Feeling like your body has betrayed you, dressing to hide, and losing confidence would be your fallouts. So interesting. Honestly, I feel like that's where I was. This is what actually caused me to make a change in my early 50s. That it describes me. I felt like my body was betraying me. My cycle had stopped. It had been 9 months. I had just had surgery on my shoulder. And now my body, I felt like was betraying me. I had back fat, like just crazy. I'm like, what's going on? And it just does. All of a sudden now you have to buy clothes that are different. They're not fitting right. You're just feeling like, what is happening to me? That's what I felt like. And had I understood this liver connection, man, you guys, I could have just gone further faster. It's okay. I mean, I'm here for now everybody else, but I like powered through, people, powered through. Scenario number 4, my skin looks dull. My mood is flat and nothing excites me. You're taking your vitamins, you're getting your sunshine, but you still feel meh. The liver helps convert inactive thyroid hormones. Listen up if you have thyroid issues. Your liver is converting T4 to active T3. So what does this mean for you? Poor liver function equals low thyroid symptoms, dry skin, hair loss, low mood. So now you're feeling like a shell of your former self, but your labs still say you are normal. And you're like, I am not normal. I have dry skin. My hair is falling out. I'm just not feeling, my mood is off. Terrible. All right. And the last one, I feel worse when I try to detox? Anybody feel worse when you try to detox? You try a cleanse or a liver supplement and suddenly you are more bloated, more moody, more tired. Your liver is missing the raw materials to properly detox, so toxins recirculate. Round and round and round, okay? You give up, you blame your body, and you stay stuck in survival mode, okay? So those are the things that are happening when we are talking about, what is a lemon balm drink? Yep, find peace, cortisol, yep, lemon balm drink. I don't know, Cheryl. Did I say lemon balm? Let me know if I said that. I'm so thirsty. It's because I had breakfast. So I may have said something, but if it is something specific, I don't know what a lemon balm drink is. But you can actually shift things. And again, you can either just take my word for it and run with it. And I'll give you a couple suggestions and you can just run with it. And that's, a cleanser maybe. I don't know. Like a liver cleanse. That could be, that probably is a liver cleanse of some sort. You can just take my recommendations and you can run with them, and that's great. 20% off of $200 or more orders today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Like, this is a very, very, very big deal. I won't go through that again, but it's a very, very big deal. And then you can also double dip with the customer loyalty program of 150 or more 3 months in a row and earn $75 off of that third month. Okay. In talking to people, like I said, now, even if you wanted to be like super liver centric, you want to be super liver focused, and you want to deal with your liver, getting everything moving. A lot of you are already doing this, but you really want things to get moving through because you can tell you are puffy and you are stale. You're kind of you can feel swampy in your whole body because of your liver. And this is resonating with you and making sense. And you also then at the exact same time want to deal with, remember what they were saying? They're talking about the bra bulge. They're talking about fat showing up in your belly and in your back area. All that back fat that's coming on. And they're saying this is the liver not able to deal with like all of the toxins and the hormonal mess, because your liver does this, regulates your blood sugar. This is insulin resistance, and it dumps excess hormones that you don't need, excess estrogen, excess cortisol. This is why you want to go liver health, liver health, liver health. But maybe you're thinking, yeah, but I don't want to do a detox. Like, I'm not in the mood for like headaches, etc. I have not had one person tell me that they have taken this protocol and had any fallout like that at all. This is a very gentle, extremely effective protocol, okay? So if that's something you're looking for, the first thing that I would recommend is the gut primer, okay? Now, this has been proven to really help, like even I said, somebody that has short gut syndrome, right? She was very concerned because she was using the restroom so many times a day with, like diarrhea, right? This has been years in the making of her life. Very frustrating, and she wanted that to change. So she started on the gut primer, and this has 6 different products in it. But it's very gentle on your system. It looks like a greens product, but it's not. Okay, so I'll just tell you what's in it, okay? So moving impacted waste through your body would be one of the best testimonies that I get from people. People saying, listen, I've been taking over-the-counter things for constipation. Or like she was saying, I have short gut syndrome, I can't stop going. Both have had extremely high results, because if you even look on the site, it'll talk to you, liver health. Liver health. Why? Because it has fermented greens. Fermented greens are very gentle on your system, but they're very absorbent. Okay. Digestive enzymes, pre and postbiotic, alkaline spices. I know people know. I know that you need an alkaline environment to help you with everything. Some fiber that's coming from like the extracts of fruits and vegetables, and everything's coming off of organic farms. So you're not taking something that then is all sprayed with glyphosate. Like, you don't want to do that. That would be ridiculous. Now, this tastes like tea, and I'm going to be honest, I don't like tea at all. Okay. So I don't sip on this. I don't mix this with water and then sip on it because I love tea. You could heat it if you want to, because it does not have a probiotic in it, so you won't kill anything. But that's just not me. So what I do is every morning, and you take it at the beginning of your day, every morning I take a little, like this much cold water out of my fridge. I froth it up with my frother. I actually add my collagen packets. I have collagen peptides that I add to it. And then I down it like a shot, like you would take a health shot at a Whole Food store or a coffee shop or wherever you're buying your health shots. Okay. That's what I do. That would be step number one. Game changer for so many people. I cannot even tell you the amount of testimonies that I have received on this primer. 6 products in one. Okay. And it's not just a greens product. I also have a greens product. I have an organic greens product. It's phenomenal. My husband mixes this with that. He loves that. But that's not this. So you just have to understand what this is doing for your liver. Okay. The second one would be take out of, I'm talking only liver now for somebody who's like, listen, Missy, I just want a liver protocol. Here you go. Gut primer. Take out of the trio, if this is all you want and you're not looking to help with your metabolism or your sugars and insulin, you want just liver, take the liver one out of the trio and add that in there. Okay. Thanks for all the hearts. I'm so thankful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for tapping on TikTok, and add that. And then the last thing that I would say is, listen, if you're like really frustrated because you've got the bra bulge, you've got the thick waist, you've got the hips that are like creating a little shelf on your rear. I mean, let's just all be honest, right? We all know what this is. That's where you're going to want to add in the orange pixie stick. Okay. Now this was created for the sports nutrition line. It's like orange candy. So if you like your supplements to taste like candy, and I do, I'm one of those people because I'm just a sugar person. I love sweet, like almost sometimes too sweet. I said to my kids the other day, I was in the store with my husband and we were at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree. We took a walk. And I said, all of these really trashy candies, they're the ones that I would probably eat. Now I don't, but I'd be, and I was pointing out some of the trashy candies that I would probably be the weirdo to eat, because my mother was like that. We bought like, she always had like the burnt peanuts or the, the maple nut things, nuggets. And there was another one that she did, but she always had like the weird candies. And then add to that, my dad, he loved black licorice jelly beans. So I was raised on trashy candy, in my opinion. And so anyway, so yes, gut primer, Angela. Yes. You can't get it in Canada. No, I'm sorry. I love my Canadian people so much. I will be the first one to tell you when things launch in Canada. I will tell you guys right away. So you can get, what? You can't. I'm sorry. Nope, but you can get the trio. That's for the insulin resistance, and that includes the liver support. That's why y'all in America should be very grateful that you have things that have launched here. They will come to you. They will come to you. And they do have a 20% off in Canada too for the next 3 days, but you would have to go and see what the dollar amounts are for you, just to let you know if you're stocking up on anything. So the orange pixie stick, and again, it's not available in Canada. I'm so sorry. I even have a Canadian link. If anybody ever needs a Canadian link, ask me. You're taking the trio. I thought so. Okay. Yep. Yeah. I wish I could add to that for you, Angela. I do. But this was created for, I'm probably making a lot of noise on my microphone. Sorry about that on Facebook, YouTube. This was created for the sports nutrition line. And what this is this is a clinical dose of an extract that targets your trunk. So it's helping you with your BMI, and it's targeting your hip and your waist. You guys, the testimonies, the inches that have been lost over, some people will only do it for 30 days. I'm seeing people lose about an inch off of those areas. People who are willing to extend it to the 90 days before they take 30 days off, they're losing multiple inches. Multiple, like 3.5, 2, 1. One was 2.5. I think it was 2.5, 3, and 2. I mean, similar, like really quite amazing, because it's very targeting. And that is the fat that is the most dangerous and you don't want anyway. But we're just going to talk about vanity today. If you're looking to try to get rid of some of this bulge right here on your bra, you're like tired of your belly being, like distended, or I guess that's the primer, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's that fat that's underneath that's making you thick. It's making you thick. That's what you would do. So these are the 3 that I would recommend today, like for the liver, for those that can get all 3. Okay. You can always reach out to me, say liver. You can always put liver in the comments of Facebook or YouTube, and I can get back to you, or you can message me. You can get into my inbox on TikTok and Instagram, because I can't send you guys anything clickable. So, but I hope that really does help. I hope that you understand that you literally can shift the way that your body is working and functioning. And it doesn't have to be like the most mountainous thing that you've ever done. But the problem is that sometimes we just get so discouraged. We feel so tired of trying all of these Band-Aids that we just don't know anymore what to believe, what to try. Well, I would just say to you, good afternoon, Anna. Good to see you, beautiful Anna. I would just let you know that when it comes to connecting with me, anybody who is already one of my customers, you already know. You've probably already talked to me in my inbox. You've probably already emailed me. We've already probably maybe even had a phone consult. Some of you guys have had phone conversations with me. You get me in your back pocket. But even just forget about that. Let's say you're like, well, I don't even care about that. I don't even want to talk to you like you're a stranger. All the products have a 6-month guarantee. So put that guarantee and match it up with what you're looking for yourself. Because I'm telling you, there's not another company out there that's giving you a 6-month guarantee. And I've been doing this for 14 years and that guarantee has never changed. Okay. So you don't give a 6-month guarantee if your stuff is crap. I'm just like, we have to think clearly about this stuff. We have to be logical, right? But anyway, that would be my recommendation for anybody who wants to do the liver. Think about the primer, the liver supplement, and the orange pixie stick. And I think you're going to have such really good results and you'll be very happy. If you need anything today, let me know. I hope that was really helpful. I feel like the more we can talk about the liver, the better we can understand how to actually change to get the results that we're looking for. And you can always reach out to me today. Don't forget the special of the 20% off of $200 or more. It is only today, tomorrow, and Thursday only. Okay. And you can double dip with the loyalty customer promo. So let me know what you need. I will be fielding questions for the next 3 days from people and helping people place their orders and do all of the things that they need to do. And you have a terrific day. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 again. I'll be back. So have a great day, you guys. Love you so much.